Hey guys, welcome to this week's video. It's going to be super fun. We're going to be talking about who lives full-time in an RV.
Absolutely.
Who does that?
And who does that?
Hey, this is going to be a little bit on the fly. This is season 4. We're camping, so we're putting our videos together, and we're taking care of a campground. So, just so you know, it's going to be a little bit, on the fly.
Exactly. We might be a little grubby. The lighting might not be perfect. Our scenery might not be epic, but hopefully we're going to be bringing you guys some really valuable information and sharing our lives with you and our hearts with you. So
all about full-time RV living.
Yeah, so let's start into it.
So we know last week we talked about the dream, the thing that's you're gonna reach for, that's gonna pull you through to the place where you can actually do what you want to do if that's your goal, is to full-time RV live. So the question this week is, who does this?
Who does that?
So we've met so many full-time RVers in the last, how many months have we been full-timing? 20-ish months or so?
Yeah.
And it's really for anybody. If you want to do this, if this is part of your dream, you can do it. And we have met people like families.
Yeah. So
if you have little kids, if you have sort of teenagers or even young adults, as long as your family agrees, okay, let's just rephrase that. If you have little kids, mom and dad, you just decide, this is how we're going to do our life. If you have older kids, teenagers, or even young adults in your family that want to travel with you, it's going to be a team effort. You guys have to kind of decide what that looks like together, as far as what kind of rig you have, where you're going to go, that kind of thing, your timeline, what sacrifices you're going to be willing to make, and we're going to talk about that in a future video. But yeah, so families. Okay, we want to tell you a quick story of somebody that we met. We met them in Palm Springs. They had just got a trailer on a trade for a job that they had done. So it was just kind of, here, instead of me paying you, I'm going to give you this trailer. And they said, hey, let's live in this full time. It was like so fast. They have 4 kids and a cat.
That's right.
And
a small trailer. And
they drove this 18-foot trailer, no slides, from Washington to Palm Springs. Washington, I think.
That's where they're from. Definitely.
Yeah. And and they are killing it. They have just had so many amazing family experiences with their little kids. Yeah. And the kids have learned how to swim because they were at a pool at the campground, and they went to the Grand Canyon, and they just,
from day one, they knew they needed to upgrade. Yeah. But they were just on the road anyways.
Yeah.
Saying, we'll upgrade as soon as we can.
Yeah. So they have an Instagram channel. We'll link that below. And man, it was just so neat to meet these guys. And they just exuded family and just that value of spending time together and making memories together. And we just want to encourage anyone, if you have little kids, you can do this.
They also exuded one other thing: take the leap.
Yeah, because they
definitely did that.
So you guys go ahead and check out Breck and Kylan's Instagram page, because they have some pretty cool stories there.
Absolutely. Hey, we also met another family, and you saw them at Morgan Hill. Yeah. We interviewed them. Yep. Back in season 1. Yep. And hey, their life has changed a lot since then, and we've met them a couple of other times too, and their family.
And they started traveling with 2 adult children. So the 4 of them in their vintage motorhome, again, no slides. It was a tight squeeze, I think, to fit everybody in there. But they made the commitment. They decided together as a family to go ahead and do that. And now their son is actually not in the RV with them anymore. He managed to land a good job and has decided to live stationary for a while. Yep. I know that they're missing him. It's hard to leave your kids behind. But, they've had some amazing experiences. They've made it work.
They have.
And they spend a lot of time outside.
Yeah, they do.
I know that Tim and Krystal spend a lot of time hiking and walking, taking pictures, and just being outside. Grace is more of a homebody. She likes to spend more time inside. So whatever works for your family. It doesn't mean that everybody has to be in the same spot all the time. You can have your routine that works.
And then we've met, of course, the classic, which is those that have just retired, they have a motorhome, and they're going to go see the world.
Why do you call it classic?
Oh, because that's the idea from back 50 years ago.
Yeah.
The grandma and grandpa that's what they did. They drove to Arizona every winter.
Get away from the cold.
Yes.
So there are oodles and oodles of people in that category for sure. And some of them are seasonal. Some of them would what we call snowbirds. But lots of them are full-time in their rigs. And they live full-time in their RVs. Whether it's well, we'll talk about types of RVs later. Today we want to focus on who does this full-time.
Who does this? Now, we met a couple when we were down in California before we even decided to do this. And I just met them casually. I said, hey, where do you live? And they said, ha, ha, ha. Well, for the last 18 years, we've lived in a trailer on the road, full time.
Isn't that crazy?
And we're like, we just had a discussion last night, Lisa and I, about would we ever do this? And now there's a couple that just said they've done this for 18 years. 18
years, you guys.
Crazy.
Like, that's a long time.
It is.
I don't know. Are we in the long haul for 18 years?
We might be.
We love it.
We love it.
We don't have any plan to stop, so I guess probably we could go a full 18 years.
So that's the other. That's the classic that I call. And we've met a lot of people that are in that category.
Yeah, I mean, we could keep going on and on of all the different names for sure.
And we've met them, and we've talked to them, and we've had enjoyed life with them.
And for some of them, this is their lifelong dream.
Yeah.
They went camping when their kids were little. They went camping when they had an empty nest, and now that they're retired, they are like, we're just gonna camp forever and live in their RV. So that's for some of them. Some people, this is not their lifelong dream or their lifelong goal. It's just sort of a thing that happened, whether it's a financial situation or a financial decision to live full-time in a rig, or whether it is to visit family. A lot of people have like grandkids and adult kids in different areas of the country, and so they want to spend, winter with this family and summer with that family. So,
and this was a natural.
Yeah, so living in an RV makes sense. You have your home with you everywhere you go. We met one older couple that had 2 RVs.
Yes, we did.
And they would travel around in one RV, and then the other RV was sort of their home base, and that was at an actual campground. It was always set up. So it can be done in lots of different ways.
Now, we've met a lot of couples that are still working.
Yes.
And they live full-time in their RV because they've already downsized into their RV, ready for that next step. But they've been doing this for a year, 2 or 3 while they've been doing that, and they've been saving a lot of money every month.
When you say working, you mean working at a locale job, not working from the road.
No, not working from the road.
So he's not talking about being a digital nomad. He's talking about people who are still going to their jobs.
Still living in the same
9-to-5
city.
jobs, right? Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a great way to save money, because even if you're paying for a campground, your monthly expenses at a campground and in an RV are going to be way less than living in a house.
Yeah.
Less maintenance, less yard, less everything, less taxes. So so that's a good option. We know several couples who do that. 2 of them are Don and Ellen Nakano. They are actually a patron family.
Yeah.
As well as Mel and Nette. And they have a YouTube channel, Mel Nette Living Free Zip Code List. So you can check out their brand new shiny YouTube channel. So, and they're just waiting for retirement. So they're still working. They are living in their rig. They've been in their rig for a few years, and they are just waiting for that golden ticket to get out on the road and start traveling. So yeah.
Now, we've met a lot of people that have had health challenges, and that pushed them to do RV living now, because they realized that they shouldn't wait until a certain age. And doing it now means they can still go out and travel. Now, we've met some single people on the road too.
Yep.
There are guys and gals that are living full-time in their RV single.
Yep. That's awesome. Solo travelers, and they get to experience the world. They get to have an amazing community. And we all just are family, like when we all hang out at Courtside, or when we have each other's YouTube videos, or go on each other's live streams on YouTube, or, meet each other at a campground. Maybe I know we met Celeste.
Yes.
We met her at a Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, back in the day when you could actually have a group gathering and have dinner together.
That's right. And it was awesome.
It was awesome. Those were the days.
It came with all the fixings plus more.
Yeah.
It was excellent.
It was great. And so she just sat at the same table as us. We introduced each other and had a wonderful time hanging out and talking. And then she actually came to Quartzsite later too. And we got to see her again. So
we've met some single moms even.
Yes, there are single moms on the road. Absolutely, for sure. They go out there with their kids and they all work together and they make the there's a lot of things to do setting up an RV whenever you park somewhere or when you get takedown and set up.
Yeah.
And if you have kids, they're old enough to help you, get them to help. So we just want to cover 2 more categories of
That's
people
right.
that we've noticed on the road full time. And that is the younger couples that don't have families, they don't have kids, they might have careers, and so they build their career from the road.
Yeah.
And I think that's really a creative way to live, because they're still working. Some of them have 9-to-5 jobs or maybe more flexible schedules, but they do that from their rig. And I mean, really, if you're going to be sitting at a computer, you might as well have an epic view out of your window, right?
You may as well watch the sunshine go down,
Yeah.
have a sunset behind you while you're working at your computer.
Take your lunch break on the beach.
You know, every time you open those drapes, you're like, oh yeah, we're
Yeah.
here now.
Exactly.
That's great. Glad we moved.
Yeah, so if you're in that category, if you are in career mode, you know what? There's an opportunity right now, because
Yeah.
all of a sudden everybody's boss said you have to work from home. Really? Well, if I'm working from home,
If my home is on wheels,
what happens? Yeah, exactly. I was going to just
where
say
can
that.
we park it? Where can we park this home that I need to
So
stay
that
at?
could be a whole new thing that you can start exploring, as far as maybe this is your golden ticket to hit the road
I
and go
think
full time.
There's going to be a wave of
I do
people
too.
that say, I don't want to be stuck in a basement anymore,
Yeah.
and I have to do my job,
Yep.
and now the job is available for me to be done with a cell phone
Yeah.
and a data connection.
As long as you got your connectivity,
That's
then
right.
you should be good to go. And I just think that that's something you should explore if you are looking at doing full-time RV living. Now might be the time to approach your boss and say, hey, I'm going to take this on the road. Or I know one couple, Marc and Julie from RV Love, he actually did full-time on the road while keeping his day job, and his boss never knew that he was traveling.
No, he kept it.
He just kept it under wraps, and as
Quiet.
long as he was there for all of the web meetings and all the phone calls, he never missed anything. They had no idea. And I think he did that for a year or 2
Yeah.
before he kind of let the cat out of the bag. So that might be an option for some people.
So again, the younger couple that say, hey, we can do our career wherever we go, and we
Yeah.
can explore the world, amazing. Or,
Hang on. There's a name for that. It's called a digital nomad.
there you go.
So if you're wondering what that means, that's what it means. Go ahead.
Now, there's also the digital nomad that their kids are now able to take care of themselves somewhere else,
Exactly.
or even in the family home, but the parents say, we're out of here.
Yeah. So that would be your empty nesters, and that's kind of the category that we fall into.
Yes.
So we are still needing to create an income. We're not at retirement age yet, and our kids have moved out. Some of them we helped move out
Yep.
because we got into a motorhome.
Pushed. That was, yeah.
And
Okay.
that happens, actually. We're not the only ones
Oh,
that
no.
that's happened to. We were
So if
talking,
you want the inside secrets of how to not have your kids at home anymore,
get an RV.
that's right.
The smaller, the better.
Yes.
I
No
mean,
slides.
yeah, traveling Pisces, they brought their son with them
Yep.
when they hit the road, and then he decided that's not the life for me. And,
Well, it was their son's idea.
oh, that's right.
Their son said, Mom, Dad, we should live in a
right.
van. And they went, hoda. I think we should look a little bigger for that because we need a little more space.
yeah.
So on a long weekend, President's Day I think it was, they found themselves on an RV lot and they signed the deal.
Crazy.
And a few weeks later they were done.
Yeah, and he left his job.
Aaron left a
and-
job that would have
yeah,
taken him back in a heartbeat. And he says,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't let you own me anymore.
Yeah. And that's probably another topic for talking about why people
Yes.
RV, but right now we just want to talk about who RVs.
Well, who RVs is very wrapped up in that.
it is connected. I don't think
Yes.
you can totally separate those two things. But
Like I know a couple that liked their vacations, but they could never spend the time with their boat or with their side-by-side or with at the beach or with their
Yeah.
family. It's like they never had enough because they were working all the time. This couple was living their life on wishes. He told me, on Monday, I wished it was Friday.
Mhm.
Well, that's a lot of life to not want to live because of the go
Yeah.
that you have to do for those 5 days in a row. And then on, you know what I mean. Anyways.
And that's the thing, Kit and I always like to encourage people to grab life by the tail, because
Yes.
don't just live for the weekend.
That's right.
Live every single day as much as you possibly can. Decide if you're that person who wants to live full time in an RV. Are you in the who category?
Yes. Now, one other question, and one other way to frame that question is, who lives full-time in their RV. That's a person who lives a little gutsier.
Yes, that's
Takes a
true.
little bit more risk.
Yeah, we've definitely noticed the people that we've talked to have that level of adventure in their spirit. There isn't that sort of, I just want to play it safe and I don't know how to say it properly, but they're risk takers. They're adventurers. They're brave. And so if you are feeling that, like as you're watching this series of how to RV full time,
Yes,
and you're feeling that draw and that pull, and you're thinking, maybe I am one of these people. Maybe I can live full time in an RV. Really consider your level of adventure, your level of your willingness to take a risk,
yes.
because it's against the societal norm. And this is something that we've noticed with the people that we've met, especially sitting around like at courtside or at campfires at different campgrounds with people, and we just get this sort of this thread that kind of is common. Doesn't matter, any of your other situations, your financial, your socioeconomic, your demographic, whatever, but there's this common thread. These people are brave people.
And they don't usually step out into this lifestyle with a group of other people around them.
True, yeah.
They have to discover the other people that are already out there.
And oh my goodness, it's so cool to watch people who made that decision to be independent, to just kind of cut the ties from all that's familiar and all that's normal. They get out there and they go, there's other people out here who did the same thing.
Yes.
And it's really, really
They find
cool.
them on YouTube, but then they also find them in real life.
Yeah.
And it's a really sweet recipe.
So there is a community out here. Even for those brave, independent individuals, there's still community. And we would love to welcome you into this community.
Yes.
So if you're thinking of doing this,
yes,
do it.
Now, we're going to come in with another topic next time about what you're going to go out and live a full-time RV life in.
Okay.
Because that's the next step. If you've decided that you want to, there's things you want to accomplish and you're the right person, how are you going to do it? What are you going to drive? What are you going to live in?
So we're going to be talking about different rigs.
Different rigs for different situations.
Different situations, different
Because we've seen a lot of different ones.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Now, there's one other topic that I'm going to be talking about. And that's the topic for people who are really new at this. And they're like, there's so many things I don't know. I'm going to come up with I have a series to give to you.
A mini-series.
A mini-series.
Within a series. I like it.
It'll be on a different day. It'll be all by itself. But it's like, what is this? And do I need it? And I'm going to show you 50 different things.
Yeah.
What is this? And do I need it? That's going to be the series. And I'm going to go through 50 different things.
That's going to be super fun. I love it. That's great.
And sometimes it's going to be, yes, you need it. And sometimes it's going to be, no, you don't need that.
Or you don't need it until here, and then you really need
That's
it.
That's right.
I'm thinking of a few things that we can already put in.
It's going to be great.
That's great. That's awesome.
And it's for you guys.
Yeah. All right, you guys. My name is Lisa.
And my name is Kent, and we are Living Light RV.
We are grabbing life by the tail. We hope you guys are too, and we'll see you next Thursday.